Hey guys, Reef Jeeves here, just doing a tank overview of my 75. I know some of y'all have probably seen my little nano over here to the left of it for Rico's Nano Challenge, but this was the first tank I got about 6 months ago. It's a 75 drilled with a sump. It's got a corner overflow, and originally I was going to have everything in here. I had corals, was fighting green hair algae, really bad green hair algae, like a couple of the other guys on the reef community have been posting their videos of, and decided to go predators, a couple of predators, larger fish for the tank size, and so decided to start the nano. But in here is going to be a softies tank with predators, and so I've got some pulsing xenia over here. Got a big colony that I've grown out from a little frag disc. There's the original frag disc, and it was teeny tiny. You can see I've got little colonies all over the place, kind of splitting off. I got a Kenya tree over here that's not doing too great. He didn't like that nano tank too much. But so this is what this is going to be. It's going to be soft corals, a couple of bigger for the tank predators. I've got a couple chocolate chip starfish. I've got some snails and hermits, and that's really all there is to it. Under it, I've got standard like 20-gallon sump. And the biggest thing about that is I run a Chater reactor, and I run an AquaSea EV180 recirculating protein skimmer. So far, I really like that skimmer. Everything I've kind of watched and read, it's not quite as efficient as some of the other designs, but it processes a lot of water. So for me, it's not stripping everything out of the water, but it's touching a lot of water volume. I kind of like that about it. I just recently redid this rockscape. You can see I added a new big piece in the middle, so it's got the diatoms on it. Got a lot of coralline growing on the older pieces. That's really all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and feed them, see if I can get some good video of them feeding here. I have a dwarf white-spotted grouper. I've got a bigger squirrelfish, and then I have a one-spot foxface. He's kind of creeping around in there. You can see two of them. And so this is a homemade food blend I actually just started trying out. I just made it earlier this week, and so far so good. I feed these guys about every 3 days, which seems to work out. The foxface eats on the algae in between, and you can see the boss of the tank down there. He knows it's food time. That grouper, he eats and eats and eats and eats. So here we go. I can just drop it in and let the show begin. There goes one big old chunk. So this food blend I made is shrimp, oysters, and some black drum all cut up, mixed with garlic. And so this may not be the most efficient way to feed this tank, but this is how I found it works the best. With these guys, I drop a few pieces in there with the pumps off. I let him eat what he wants to eat, and I turn the pumps on, and the squirrelfish and the foxface clean up and pick at the rest. The squirrelfish is a little finicky. He likes to eat off the back of the rocks for some reason. He'll stick his little head out the front, but he won't stay out for too long with me standing here. Oh, there he got up and got some, but he will come up out of the back of the rockworks to get food as I drop it in the back half. So, see grouper down there, he'll eat that shrimp if it starts moving, but if he doesn't really see it, he kind of leaves it alone. He likes to catch the stuff while it's dropping in. Oh, there he goes. He got that piece off the bottom. I don't know if y'all caught that or not. Just drop one more piece in the back for the squirrelfish. Grouper's still looking for some more here. There he jumped up and got him some. So they eat pretty good. I've kind of figured out this is about what I need to feed. I will come back in about 20-30 minutes, and anything that's not eaten pull out manually. I'm running filter socks on this tank, so it also makes it pretty easy. I usually change my filter socks out every 3 days after I do the feeding. There's that pump switch. Now I turn my pump and my wave makers back on, and they usually pick up the last couple of pieces sitting around as it moves. Foxface didn't want to come out and eat today. They're pretty good. If I'm sitting here doing stuff in the nano, they'll come out and swim around. When I'm up and walking and moving, they tend to be a little more skittish here. Drop a few pellets in there. Foxface likes those little New Life Spectrum pellets. So I do try to give them a little bit of a varied, mixing it up for the different fish in here. And the hermits, I got a bunch of little hermits hogged into rock work. They do a pretty good job of picking up the scraps. Now this is a little bit heavier than what I normally feed just because I'm doing the video. I want to get a good video. You can see there goes the Foxface. He'll pick up all the pellets in the tank. And so over this tank I'm running a 6-bulb T5 from Aquatic Life. I like it. It's got independent timers. It's got a 2-bulb channel and a 4-bulb channel. So it lets me have somewhat of a ramp up. I run the T5s for about 8 hours a day. 9 hours a day. Half an hour with 2 bulbs, and then 8 hours at 4 bulbs, and then another half an hour at 2 bulbs. So that's it, fellas. Ladies, I hope y'all enjoyed the videos. I'll be doing some more, kind of tracking the progress on this tank, getting the green hair algae and all the film algae under control. It's looking a lot better than it did. It looked like a chia pet garden about a month ago, so I've definitely cut a chunk out of it. See, now there's just a few little strands here or there under that zinnia over here, but it's starting to clear itself up pretty quick, so I'm happy with the way it's coming along. Thank y'all for watching.